How have the SNAP benefits domestically expanded and lined the pockets of major processed food manufacturers? We're going to find out how. There's 2 articles out of the Wall Street Journal we're going to talk about today. And before that, good morning and welcome to the Shielded Prepper. This channel's committed to information that expands a prepared mind. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join our group. Join this tribe. We're looking for information that will reinvigorate your intentions for preparedness and why it's important for us to have our eyes wide open right now. And we'll get into this. This first article was an opinion piece by the great Florida Senator Marco Rubio. He's proposing a bill that's going to change the way SNAP benefits operate and what it was originally designed to do and how it's gone completely off course. And this bill's looking to bring it back towards its original footing. No more subsidies on junk food. My bill, Marco says, would exclude soda and prepared desserts from SNAP. It will exclude them. Get rid of soda and prepared desserts. And a lot of this is going to be highly processed, very low and empty calories. So obviously we know SNAP benefits stands for Supplemental Nutrition Program of some sort, association program, something along those lines. Let's read on. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, there it is a lifeline for tens of millions of low-income Americans, which it absolutely is, who rely on its food. And like most government's programs, SNAP is in dire need of reform. They have to reform this program. It's become very lascivious, and much of it is connected to what we're going to follow up next, which are these major, massively powerful manufacturers. The SNAP is meant to supplement nutrition. More than 20% of all program spending goes to unhealthy foods and drinks. 20%. And they spend billions and tens of billions annually. Taxpayers are projected to spend $240 billion on junk food, with more than $60 billion going exclusively to soda. And this is over the next decade. Let's make sure that's really clear. So total, it's $24 billion a year is being spent on junk food and soda. This is excessive. It's inexpensive, and the people that are on SNAP, they understand how to budget their food. If there's one thing they know how to budget, is what they're spending their money on when it comes to food, because they only have so much, right? And it's being shifted back to pre-pandemic levels, so they're losing a lot of those benefits. Equally important are the health consequences for those relying on the SNAP benefit. Their medical expenses are covered, and their food is covered, and they're eating the most empty, dead calories as a significant percentage. Now, if you look at the Shielded Prepper, although I'm handsome and a little gray, I have sterling silver all over, I didn't build this little body by not eating junk food. It's part of it's something that I've battled with over my life, yet I understand the difference between the way we should eat and sometimes the choices we make. Yet this is how they're having to eat. They're spending this because they can't acquire the foods that they probably truly would like to purchase. So they're purchasing a lot more junk food and they're drinking a ton of soda. I looked at another article that showed the top 35 worst sodas. It's so painful to see these very intelligent, highly sophisticated food manufacturers that are preparing new products, and they're innovating and they're expanding their product lines. And it's so lascivious. It's highly unhealthy, and it's rotting America at the center. And those that are really grafted to this rot are young people, Gen Z and millennials primarily. Let's read on. More than 40% of adults are obese, and roughly half have diabetes or are pre-diabetic. These diseases can be debilitating. And for those of you that may have known somebody that has diabetes or pre-diabetes or some of these food-related illnesses, put it in the comments. I'd like to know the reception of those of you that are listening that either experience it yourself and things that maybe you've done to change, or maybe that you know in your family. I'd like to know more. These diseases can be debilitating, and they are also extremely expensive, costing hundreds of billions of dollars in medical costs each year. The SNAP plays a role in their spread of immoral, irresponsible, and reprehensible focus in allowing our American people to have a free-for-all for junk food. Really, it's for junk food. In 2018, agriculture secretaries for Clinton, Bush, and Obama's administration warned that ignoring nutrition is quite literally killing thousands of Americans each year. And what are they giving these hundreds of thousands of Hispanic people that are coming across our border illegally right now? They're desperate. They have nowhere else to go, and they know right now it's becoming a cultural movement where they know they have limited time and they're coming sooner, and they're flooding our border, and this is going to have to stop. Yet when they get here, how do we provide for them? Well, we give them benefits like this, and we say, eat junk food. Eat it. And we're going to cover your medical expenses. It's heartbreaking because this cycle, this American rot is happening from the core, and our government's morality, it's changed. It's really changed what are you supposed to say? Diet-related diseases are the leading cause of death in the United States. Diet-related. So you take the lowest income, those that are the most desperate, and you tell them, this is what you have to spend, we're going to help you with. Eat from Caesar's table, give them cake. And it's killing them. And then it's putting tremendous pressure on our already overburdened healthcare system. It's not good. So now that we know this, let's move on to where the manufacturers are seeing opportunity. And this is not just SNAP benefits. We're using SNAP benefits as one portion of this. And it is a significant percentage of the margin or the profit of these processed food manufacturers. This is also out of the Wall Street Journal. Americans' snacking binge shows no sign of slowing. And it's really interesting, the intelligence of these executives and how they position why people enjoy snacking. It's part of our culture now. It's things that we like to do. U.S. consumers are gorging on snacks, fueling boom times for cookie and candy giants, while other packaged food companies vie for bigger shares of the snack aisle. The center of the grocery store, convenience stores, all of these quick grab-and-go places, there's millions of points of sale around the United States for, really at the core of it, sugar-focused, high carbohydrate, low nutrition foods that are inexpensive. They're focused, and these companies have spent billions marketing these and have built some amazing brands. They're very intelligent. They're super smart. They're smarter than us. They're smarter than us. They already know what we're addicted to, and they're just pumping it and pumping it and pumping it. And this is really going to catch our country by storm. Nearly half of U.S. consumers are eating 3 or more snacks a day. And that's up 8% in the last 2 years. U.S. snacks rose to $181 billion in sales last year, and that's up 11% from the prior year. Now, let's hear this one number. It's up 8% in the last 2 years. Now, we're not talking about margin or profit. We're talking about velocity of consumption. And if we've noticed through inflation, these manufacturers have raised their prices and the velocity of consumption has increased. And this is the most perfect storm for them to put huge profits in their pockets. They love this and they're expanding. And Kellogg's right now is splitting up into 3 new divisions so that each division can focus specifically on their line of products. Let's get into some more of this. Between fiscal year 2019 and 2022, Hershey sales grew 30%, outpacing other major food companies. Snacking is where the consumer is going. And this is Dan O'Leary, the chief growth officer for Hershey. This guy makes millions of dollars a year, and his number one focus is to improve velocity, the consuming of these products. It's his number one job. That's it. If he doesn't do this, he's out on his butt. So he's looking to make a buck on this, and he's doing a great job. Amber Murray, Hershey's vice president of strategy, said that while snacking has long been part of the U.S. consumers' lives, the pandemic drove a significant increase. It spurred demands for foods such as popcorn and candy, while people have continued eating during family movie nights and other group activities, she said. This is such bull. This is not why consumer snacking is up because of family movie nights and other group activities. No, people are buying these because they have very little money and they could spend $3 to $5. They can't go to Burger King now and go spend $15 on a value meal for a hamburger, fries, and a Coke or whatever. They're buying snacks, and that's tiding them over. And so much so that their sales are literally, snack sales are over half of their overall sales. The snacking category is expanding. This one's funny. Zoe Van House, who credentials doctors at a children's hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. So this woman credentials doctors at a children's hospital that deals with sick children. Probably a significant portion of them is food-related illnesses. Yet, I digress. Let's read on. Said that she has a jam-packed schedule and has led her to snack more in the past 5 to 6 years. Rather than eating 3 squares of meals a day, she said she nibbles crackers and other items throughout the day. And on Friday, she treats herself to Cheetos. So she's not eating meals. She's not bringing a lunch with her. She finds that she's so busy, she's not taking a lunch. She's just grabbing Cheetos and Ritz crackers and Oreos. As food prices soar and customers increasingly look for cheaper alternatives to name brand products, people are looking to buy these products, and they're looking to buy even cheaper products that taste good, that are quick and easy. To name brand products, snack makers have been insulated because they often tend to face less competition from low-priced store brands. So even when the store brands, Kroger, for example, when their Kroger line, and you look at Kirkland's line at Costco, they're looking to make them less expensive because they desired a piece of that pie. And many of these products are made by the same manufacturers that brand all of our favorites. It does. Shares of Hershey are up 21% year to date, respectively surpassing the S&P Food and Beverage Index that roughly increases at 4% a year. Snacking is outpacing traditional foods, center of the plate options, and it is not going to slow down. Much of it is driven, I'll tell you right here, it says right here, millennials took something that had a negative connotation with older generations, snacking. Parents would tell them, don't snack, you'll spoil your meal. And they turn that on its head, and these snacks are their meals. And it says that the rise of video game playing has boosted snack consumptions. And that's why we see many snack companies partnering with video game companies, because they go hand in hand. They warp our minds, they warp our bodies. They make us weaker, sicker, more tired, slower, less productive, and more reliant. If you find these inside of your home, either get rid of them or really curb what you're choosing to do, and watch your children. Your kids are going to go, they don't know. They don't know. They'll eat whatever you allow them to have. So this morning, I just intend on letting you know that as we prepare our homes and we're mindful of our families and our children, and those that we know, love, and trust, remind them, if you see these things, share this information with them. This stuff is really important. Today, I encourage you, remind yourself that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and let food be our medicine. Me too. This is a reminder for Jesse, because even a handsome, shielded prepper has to watch these things. Hey, have an awesome day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.